What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Sports Snobs. I'm Pat. He's Kaz. Check us out on the scenesnobs.com. Check us out on YouTube if you prefer to watch, or listen to us wherever you get your podcast. This is our weekly pick segment, and I will start by saying I'm on fire. I've caught a bit of a hot streak, and I've been riding the underdogs. And I had to, of course, but there's some strategy to that. So I've pulled within two. We have a current score of 18-16 heading into wild card weekend, and we're going to do this all the way straight through the Super Bowl. So, at the end of the day, we're going to be picking one game at the end, but it may come down to that game. So with that being said, yes, it is 10 a.m. on a Saturday, so we are going to hold off on any alcoholic intake.
And it's also my son's birthday. Shout out to Brody. He's 8 today, so
Yeah.
I don't want to be drunk before the party.
Happy birthday, Brody. Yep. What a good dad. Let's see if you
that I don't want to be drunk for his birthday party. Yes, that makes me Father of the Year candidate right there.
Hey, it puts you ahead of a lot of other fathers. Anywho, I believe you go first. So what we're going to do this week, since there's only 6 games in play, and we do it, we pick each game. We can't pick the same one. So we'll have 3 apiece for the NFL, and then we're both going to pick the college football championship game. So you want to start with college football, or you want to start with NFL?
I say we just end with college because we both have to do it. Therefore, there's no strategy for that.
Sure.
So, yeah, let's start with NFL, and I'm going to go Seattle -3 versus the Rams. Nobody knows if Goff is playing. I think Seattle's a better team. They're more consistent. I was riding Seattle all year because of my fantasy team, so I'm going to stay with it, and I'm going Seattle -3.
Nice. I cannot knock that pick. The Rams have no offense, it seems, and the Seahawks have plenty of offense. So 3 points, I think you got that at a bargain. I think the line is now 3.5. So since we're going off of yesterday's spreads, that's a solid pick there. I'm going to go right to the Baltimore Ravens at the Tennessee Titans. Titans are getting points, 3.5 points. Titans knocked the Ravens out of the playoffs last year. Titans, you could toss up between them and the Bills. The Bills are playing more consistent right now, but the Titans might be the second best team in the AFC just based on offensive power. Derrick Henry obviously is a beast, and Ryan Tannehill is playing out of his mind compared to how he used to play in Miami. So I'm going to take the Titans.
Why do you have to throw that in there? Why? You got to throw a dig on my team? Come on.
I got to have one Ryan Tannehill reference each episode and one Dolphins reference. So, yes, I'll take the Titans, and I will take the 3.5 points for a 2-point pick. Some more strategy.
Everybody's on Baltimore. They really are to be honest, because of the game where Lamar Jackson came back from an injury in the fourth quarter and beat the Browns. But
I thought he was going to the bathroom.
He said cramps. I don't know what it was.
Yeah. Sit on the toilet to get rid of those cramps. Go ahead.
I'm not feeling Baltimore as much as everybody else, but at the same point in time, I was a little afraid of that one, so I'm glad you took it because I wasn't sure which way to go on that one. And this week, we have to pick all the games, so I'm glad that wasn't left for me to have to pick.
Yeah.
Everything else is a big line.
Yeah.
I'm going Steelers -6 at Cleveland. Versus Cleveland, I'm sorry. Cleveland barely beat Pittsburgh with Mason Rudolph as the quarterback. They've had lots of COVID issues. They're not going to have their head coach. I'm hearing a lot of rumors that people are asking the NFL to flex it to a Monday night so Stefanski could be there. I don't think that matters. He's not on the field trying to stop Ben and those wide receivers. Hopefully the Steelers find a running game for once. We all thought James Conner was going to be that guy, but nobody knows where he is now. But I'm still going Steelers -6.
Yeah, no head coach on the field. I don't get why he can't just call plays or communicate. Like, why can't he do it from home? It doesn't make any sense. You would think during the COVID time, that would be like one thing that they'd be lenient on. And they should have done it earlier. I don't think you can implement it this week. But
So
why?
here's the one reason I'll say. All the cameras on the field, could he be seeing what Tomlin's calling as a defense or an offense because of the camera, and now he can relay that in versus, yeah, you can see it when you're on the field, but now you got a zoomed in, high definition, right on the guy's mouth as he's doing it. Usually he has a little piece of paper in front of his mouth, but you never know. It's just something you can't control. What do? Send an official to a guy's house who has COVID to ensure he's not cheating? That's why you can't do it.
They should have built a literal bubble for the coaches. So if they got COVID, they could just roll around in the bubble on the field and they won't affect anybody. That's just my idea. Maybe next year if it's COVID's still a thing.
Hey, they got those, right? You can run into people with the big bubbles.
Mike Tomlin might run on the field and knock someone down with it. All right. That's a solid pick. I can't hate that. And yeah, these lines are crazy. I'm not going any more underdog. So Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Washington football team. I'm going Tampa Bay. This is one of those games everyone's saying, well, Washington's defense is playing lights out. Top defensive front, Chase Young. Who is it? Chase Young, Payne, Sweat, and I don't even know who the other guy is, but it doesn't matter. I think the Bucs have too much firepower again on offense. I don't think they're going to blow them out per se, meaning like they're not going to run up the score, but I don't think Washington can score. Now Alex Smith might not play. And yeah, Heineke did play decently to pick up after Haskins when he got pulled, but I cannot see this guy coming into a playoff game against Tom Brady. Granted, it's not head-to-head, per se, but I can't see him going in there and lighting up a Bucs defense, which is they're pretty good. And JPP playing with 9 fingers, actually not 9. I think it's like 7.8 fingers. He's been playing lights out too. So I'm gonna go Bucs. I will give the 7.5. I can see this being like a 24-3 final score. Like Washington can't score.
Yeah, the Alex Smith thing scares me. Washington in general, any NFC East team should be the underdog by at least double digits. But I would never pick this game because I will never pick a Tom Brady team. I can't do it.
You know my feelings about Tom Brady.
Yes, you love him. Because it's the only way you win a Super Bowl is if it's against Tom Brady.
Hell yeah. I'll take it.
So
2 games left here.
Yeah, and I don't
Both
like
are
either.
ugly. Both are ugly.
I'll go the easy route. I think the easy route and go Buffalo minus 6.5. I don't know why, but
the Bears is why. The Bears is why. You didn't want to touch a game that involved the Bears.
And unfortunately, I was leaning to taking the 10.5 there.
Yeah, that's a lot of points. All right, so you're taking Buffalo.
Taking Buffalo minus 6.5, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. At Buffalo, Phillip Rivers, he's just inconsistent. Weather is probably going to be a factor. At least it's going to be cold. I don't know if Phillip Rivers can handle that, playing in a dome half the year. We'll see.
In San Diego the rest of his career.
True. I don't know. That defense might show up, and we saw Josh Allen kind of get. I don't want to say he got destroyed last year in the playoffs because he played decently, but you could tell playoff football is just different. And a good defense like the Colts, they could be a sleeper to go all the way. But first, they got to get by the Bills. But I agree, Josh Allen. I would like to think that he'll show up this week compared to last year. So, all right, you left me with no choice. I have to go Bears at Saints. This is a terrible, terrible line. 10.5 points. The Bears are not good, but the Saints are just inconsistent. They lost to the Eagles earlier in the year. So it's like, I don't know which Saints team's going to show up. They're at home. They don't have the benefit of the 50,000 fans who Sean Payton wanted to bubble together so you can have home field advantage. I just feel like 10.5 is a lot of points for a playoff game. I hate the pick, but I'm gonna go Bears, and I'm gonna take the 10.5.
Hey, listen, if that was the last pick I had, I would have went Bears as well. That's why I thought Buffalo minus 6.5 was better than Bears plus 10.5, which is scary. But yeah, that's the state of the NFL right now.
Yeah, that's an ugly game. All right. Last but not least, Alabama, Ohio State. We both whiffed on our picks last week. I took Alabama, giving the points, and they did not cover. And Ohio State won, and you picked Clemson to cover. So, we didn't do too well last week. Alabama giving 8.5 points to Ohio State. So, what's your stance here? What are you thinking?
I think it's going to be a close game, so I'm going to go Ohio State.
Wow.
I think it's going to be a 6-point game. Originally, when we first hopped on the pre-show, you told me it was Alabama -7. I was looking at Alabama, and then you said, "Oh, does the spread really matter?" And I said yes, and obviously it did because I switched over, and now I'm at Ohio State.
Yeah, that moved quite a bit, but I'm gonna go Alabama. I can't see Ohio State beating Clemson the way they did, and then beating Alabama. I
didn't say beat. I said keep it close.
Yeah, but I don't. If it's close, I feel like Ohio State wins. I don't know. I think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be interesting in the beginning, but I think Alabama will pull away. Justin Fields, I don't know how he is going to even play. Like the hit he took is crazy. It looked like he wasn't going to play that game, and then he stayed in. So I don't know if that was the right call to keep him in up 20 points. But
here's the question: are they actually going to play on Monday, or are they going to move it?
No, the one of the commissioners or whatever said that they weren't gonna move it. I don't see how you move it. A game of that, like a game like this, can't be moved. It's like moving the Super Bowl. College football championship is a huge deal.
Actually they built in an extra week so they could move the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, but we still have time for that. This game is in 3 days, 2.5 days technically. I don't know. I'm gonna go Alabama. I'll give the 8.5. They might have, damn it, I always forget the Alabama wide receivers' names. There's too many good ones. Jalen Waddle. They might get Waddle back, which I don't know if it's even worth playing if I'm him. If I'm going to be in the NFL next year, I'm not sure I'm going to risk that, having a broken ankle earlier in the season or a broken leg. But if he is, I don't know how you stop them. Take Alabama.
Hey, everybody said, I don't know how you stop Trevor Lawrence, and Ohio State did.
I think Trevor Lawrence, I don't think he wants to be drafted by either the Jaguars or the Jets. He's like, I got to tank this game. I already won a championship. I'm out. He didn't want anything to do with those two franchises.
So you tank so that you go lower in the draft and make less money. That's a wonder.
Less money for the first 3 years.
Major. He must be a business major.
Less money for the first 3 years, then you hold out, and then you're all good.
I thought it was 5 years is the rookie contract.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, after 3 years, he's playing lights out. He can say, "I'm good. I'm holding out. You better give me a new contract." And any team would bend over backwards for that. So,
yeah, because they did it for Dak.
Yeah, and look how that worked out.
We'll see next year. We'll see what happens next year.
Yeah, but all right, just a quick recap of our picks. I took the Buccaneers, giving 7.5. That's a 1-point pick. The Tennessee Titans plus 3.5. That's a 2-point pick. And the Bears plus 10.5.
Titans? What's with the Titans?
I don't know. You don't watch the Michael K show, so I get you wouldn't get that joke. Chicago Bears plus 10.5. That's another 2-point pick. So that's a total of 5 possible points for the NFL. And then Alabama minus 8.5. That'll be 1 point. So a total possible 6 points. So this could be moving week. I could go up big.
I have a possible of 5 points. I got Buffalo minus 6.5 at 1 point. Seattle minus 3, 1 point. Steelers minus 6, 1 point. But then I have Ohio State plus 8.5 for 2 points.
Yeah, but I'm down 2. So we can't hit every game technically because the Ohio State game, but we'll see. I could take the lead this week. That'll be a 4-week winning streak. And then you'll owe 2 shots next week. It's a beautiful thing. You'll love to see it.
As long as we don't film at 10 o'clock in the morning, I'll happily do it.
There's no birthdays next week. It's no matter what, it's happening.
At 10 o'clock, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
That's alcoholic status. I don't know.
Go back to sleep. It doesn't count. It's like you're going to bed. the night's
Or how
over.
about I just stay up the whole night? So
There you
it's
go.
my night.
There you go. That completely excuses it. All right. Hopefully we hit some picks this week. I'm feeling pretty confident, at least in my Alabama pick. The NFL is a crapshoot, so we'll see. Again, check us out, scenesnobs.com. Check us out on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast. And I wasn't making anybody any money earlier in the season, but the last 4 weeks, you're welcome.
I gotta hop off this and run to Best Buy because I gotta get my kids some birthday gifts.
All right, get him, Mario.
Father of the Year status right there. Father of the Year status. Not drunk, and he gets gifts.
Go get him, Mario. Go get him.